Welcome to the locker room.
Vince Papali, welcome to the locker room.
I can smell it already, Billy. What's happening, buddy?
Von Hayes, welcome to the locker room with Billy Schweim.
Yeah, hey, Billy, how you doing out there?
Rich Gannon, welcome to the locker room, Rich.
Thanks, guys. It's great to be with you.
Great Bob McElwee, NFL referee.
Hey, Bill, how you doing?
Craig Berube. Craig, welcome to the locker room.
All right, thanks, Billy.
We have the real Pat Croce in the locker room.
Let me off the bench, Coach.
And now here's your host, Billy Schweim.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome into the locker room with Billy Schweim, my twin brother, Bobby Schweim, producer, Nicky Earnshaw, on the morning after a big Eagles victory. What are you doing, Bob? You like this?
Yeah, it's good to come in after the game. Usually we're on before the game.
Right.
So this is a little different twist. We'll talk about it.
Perfect
cool.
timing, Nick, with the Eagles fly song. It couldn't come at a more appropriate time, baby.
Oh, big Eagles win last night.
E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles! Well, I got to tell you, we got off to a slow start last night, and we're going to get into it. We'll break it down. We got we're going to hear from Bobby. We'll hear from Nick. We'll hear from Scott Grayson from Fox 29 News. We'll get the keys to the game with him. Of course, we'll talk with Mr. Negadelphia himself, P.J. Corda. But what a good win. This is the first, in essence, the first preseason game.
Well,
it
is because
they knocked the rust off.
These guys, Nick and I were talking about it, prior to the show. These guys have been bubble wrapped. You know what I mean? They come out. So the first 3 games of the year.
You got Jalen Hurts getting hit in the chest with a snap. He's not even paying attention.
I'm going to give him. I'm a mulligan on that one because it's a new center.
Right.
They got to gel.
But Bob, if they had a couple snaps in the preseason,
you know what kills me? Joe Burrow. He played in the preseason.
I know.
Mahomes
played.
What is Jalen Hurts special?
No,
no.
It's not Jalen. It's the coach.
No,
it's the coach.
And there's another issue I have too. We'll get to that.
We'll get into that.
They won, Bobby. They won.
We'll get to that.
So, Nicky,
I'm taking over Mr. Negadelphia.
No, you're going to take a page. Nick, I told you, my brother's actually. Here's the difference between PJ and Bobby. Bobby's as negative as it comes, right? But he's got an edge to him, where PJ makes it funny.
Right.
Mr.
I'm serious.
Yeah.
You're dead serious.
You're dead serious. The reason why I invited my brother in today is because I want to expose him for the moron that he is. You know what he said yesterday or the 2 days ago? Hold on, Bob. Let me say it to Nick.
You don't understand the concept that I was saying.
I got to get the whistle out.
You know what he
can't understand the concept, what I was saying. You're making yourself look like a moron.
Really? Yeah. But I'm going to just repeat what you said to me. He said yesterday, Nick, and I say this with
probably won't even get this right.
He said last night's game was a must-win.
See, once again, you left out what I really said.
You're a stupid.
I said it doesn't matter statistically. I said it emotionally it's a must-win because as bad as they collapsed last year, okay, coming out and doing this. Let me ask you a question, idiot. Was that a handsome win last night?
No, it wasn't. It was another.
So they won ugly again, didn't they?
But they made the play.
Deja vu all over again, isn't it, Bill?
Well,
you're such an idiot. You can't see the force of the moron.
Okay, Bob.
You don't even represent what I said correctly.
But you didn't because you didn't say it, Bob.
Yes,
you did not say it.
You didn't say. Nick, here's the deal. I said it emotionally. It's not statistically. It's not a must win.
Okay.
Because it's the beginning. We all know that. But this moron can't figure that out.
Nick, he didn't explain.
Bottom line, to me, it felt like a must win after the horrible collapse they had last year. It felt like it was a must win.
Let me chime in. You felt like because of the way they went down, they had to win.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, now, Nick. So in the beginning of the game, they come out. Nick, you and I were last night. We were all over Mara's house, right?
Yeah.
And in Linwood, Dave Femick was there. Josh Henning was there. Nick Earnshaw was there. We had a good time. PJ Corda, Mr. Negadelphia.
You had your wings.
We had the wings. Yeah, we did.
Well, there's an issue with
the wings. You can have an issue with the wings. Mr. Negadelphia.
The wings were good.
I ordered the wings.
The
we got 50 wings. Wings were great, except for PJ goes there. And he doesn't bring back dip. Or like the blue cheese. Blue cheese dressing in his refrigerator. He's got a Ferrari in no blue cheese. No blue cheese. Right. So that's exactly. blue cheese. But while we're sitting there, Nick, I looked at you when the people got off to like a horrible start. So many, all the flags, the penalties, the miscues in the first half, especially the first quarter. The Eagles are lucky that they weren't down 14, maybe 17 nothing. Because remember, right, Green Bay had the ball 4 times inside the red zone in the first quarter.
Well, that was good.
Right.
If you can stop a team from scoring 7 in the red zone, I get it.
Green Bay shot themselves in the foot.
They didn't. They got 2
Wasn't
field
like
goals.
yeah,
There was a stand by the defense, and that gives you a little bit
a
of
couple
hope going
penalties.
forward,
They
right?
committed a couple penalties
Yep.
and they're called back.
Here's the thing: it just looked like a preseason game. Like,
And
because
I
they
feel like
haven't
we all
played.
knew that was going to
Yeah.
happen. Though,
It
man.
was just so obvious.
Nick, that's what I tweeted last night on Twitter. It was
Yep.
a great preseason win last night.
It was because like they're not playing the preseason, they're not getting the reps. This is their first time out on the field. New center like Jalen Hurts, they didn't look right to start the game.
So obviously, like Kansas City had their, like Mahomes got some time. Joe Burrow's got.
They're worried about him getting hurt.
Okay,
That's the whole thing.
Guess what?
That's the whole
Guess
thing.
what? It is what it is. That's why Mahomes and the Burrow and whoever, there's probably other quarterbacks around the league. I just didn't see it in the preseason. They got starters. They got rappers.
Right.
And I'm thinking to myself, is he a prima donna? And you're saying no, it's
No,
Sirianni.
it's the coaching
Well, guess
staff.
what? They're not having issues with
Because
that.
it's not just the Eagles. It's across the league.
It
There's
is.
a
It's
lot
the
of
way,
teams
it's the
doing
way the league is going.
Yep.
But I agree with Bobby on this one. I think to get some of that rust out that they had last night. Give a couple. You tell Jordan Love he got hurt at the end of the game.
Yep.
You can't. Injuries are inevitable.
Going to happen.
It's going to happen whether one way or the other. It's inevitable. So I think that maybe Bobby has a point, Nick, that you can get off to a bad start because you're not physically prepared.
Yeah, and that's what happened last night. And we have to come to expect this because it happened last year too. It's across the league. It feels like the talent level isn't as close as it was before, right? Like it wasn't at this high of a level as it was before because they're getting off to such sluggish start because it's the preseason. Right? The first couple of weeks of preseason.
Well, at a glance, you guys handed me the stats.
Statistically, they had a great game.
Erlen, his pass rating wasn't that great. He had some good passes. He had some bonehead plays where he should have thrown the ball out of bounds. Like you wonder what's this guy's been playing football
But you are those same statistics. I mean, if you were to just glance at this, you would, with the exception of Jalen Hurts' numbers,
right?
You look at Saquon Barkley had 24 carries, 109 yards, 3 touchdowns. AJ Brown, even Devontae Smith got
he had 119 catches.
Exactly,
or 19 yards. 119 yards. AJ Brown. I mean, you look at it defensively.
But did it look like when we were watching that game? Did it look like, other than the touchdowns that Barkley scored, did it look like he was running for 109 yards?
It didn't feel like it.
Very pedestrian, quiet 109 yards.
109 yards, I think I've
but
seen.
It was loud when he scored 3 touchdowns.
But I'll take it.
3
and
touchdowns.
his first touchdown, the catch, you get his feet in bounds like that was a pretty an exceptional play for a running back.
And I got to tell you, man, how the Giants give up Saquon Barkley? I mean, obviously he commanded a price, but how do they do that?
Yep. Could you imagine if he had an offensive line?
He's had 6 years in the league. He's only rushed for 5,200 yards.
Could you imagine if he had an offensive line for the first couple of years of his career?
Now I wrote on 97.3 ESPN.com that they do every Friday that now Jaden, they got a plethora of weapons on this offensive arsenal that they have. Like Saquon Barkley's everything they needed, Bob. Now they ran the ball last night.
Yeah, they had some. Listen, as the preseason goes, and they got to gel the chemistry. We all know that. The thing that freaks me out is, the slow start that it feels like an extension of last year.
Wow.
And that's what concerns me because trust me, the guys.
And by the way,
I was over Billy Baltunis's house last night. We had a lot of the locals in there, watching a game, and Coach Cusack was there. Longtime player.
Right.
We were shaking our heads a lot, and I don't like that. You could tell by the reaction where you guys were, where I was. When people shake, they're like, what is that? Like that shouldn't happen as much as it happened. Statistically looking at it, the game looks better. The game looks better on paper than it did.
Right.
And we also have to remember That field was horrible last
Yeah,
night. They
it
were
was.
slipping and
I think
sliding
it's 'cause of
all
the
over the place.
Isn't that because of the humidity?
The humidity,
down there?
yes, because of the
All right.
humidity.
Listen, we got a great show lined up. At the bottom of the first hour, we're going to go get the keys to the game with Fox 29 News Sports Anchor Scott Grayson, brought to you by Blitz's Market in Ocean City. Then at the top of the second hour, we're going to talk with P.J. Corda, Mr. Negadelphia, get his take on last night's game. And then in the bottom of the second hour, we're going to talk with lifeguard historian Tom McCann. He just has a new book out called The Guards, and we'll talk to him about the book. We got a big show lined up. The Phillies, we'll get a little Phillies in. They won by 2 touchdowns last night.
I was going back and forth a little
Offensive
bit.
outburst.
I'll tell you what, man.
Nicky Schwaber.
What are they peaking at the right time?
I'm just saying, everyone was all down the whole month. I'm the only one positive, right? I'm just saying.
All right, so we got a big show lined up. We only got 2 hours to get it in. Let's get her going. The first hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. Surety is an industry-wide leader with a team of experts that will help you through the entire process, from contract sign to closing for the shortest center city and every place in between. Surety Title is there for you with 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA. That's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900 or give Chris Mooney a call at 609-399-1227. He's in the Ocean City office. Now, I want to tell you about McCann Appraisers. For all your real estate appraisal needs, call John A. McCann and Associates, 609-263-7422. Whether commercial or residential properties, for estate tax or financial planning, divorce, or financing, and more, the professionals at John A. McCann and Associates are licensed and ready to assist you. Give them a call today, 609-263-7422. All right, we'll continue with more here in the locker room with Billy Schweim, Bobby Schweim, and Nick Earnshaw right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Today on Compass Media Network's coverage of NCAA football. Throw out the records and the rankings as it's a battle for the state of Iowa and the Cy-Hawk Trophy. It's Iowa hosting Iowa State as Coach Kirk Ferentz looks to lead the Hawkeyes to victory over Coach Matt Campbell and the Cyclones. It's Iowa and Iowa State for the Cy-Hawk Trophy. If it's NCAA football, it's right here.
It's College Football Saturday on 97.3 ESPN.
Coverage begins after Game 1 of our triple header.
Ocean City's real estate market is red hot. You need an agent that has the knowledge and expertise to help. Contact Ocean City's top agent, Mark Rhymes. Mark has been selling real estate for 30 years in South Jersey. He can answer all your real estate questions and find you the perfect property. He's available anytime on his cell at 609-425-2042. When Philadelphia star athletes are looking for a house at the beach, they contact Mark Rhymes, specializing in buying and selling vacation homes, single-family homes, condominiums, and duplexes, residential and commercial, as well as new construction projects or investment opportunities. Mark Rhymes, he's your agent at the beach. Give him a call right now, 609-425-2042, or check out his website at grimes.com.
Rendezvous Pizza, Rendezvous Pizza, Rendezvous Pizza, the pizza you're gonna love. It's got the freshest taste that you'll find any place. Rendezvous Pizza, there's one right nearby. Rendezvous Pizza, Rendezvous Pizza. It's a pizza like you never had before. Eat it or take it home, no matter where you roam. Rendezvous Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Rendezvous Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Why would you call anyone else besides Randazzo's Pizzeria and Family Restaurant, 34th and Asbury Avenue in Ocean City. Open year-round, 7 days a week, offering free delivery on the whole island and to the beach. Pizza, pasta, salads, entrees, subs, paninis, and wraps. Voted best of the shore. Call 814-1600. 814-1600.
Rendezvous Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Rendezvous Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson & Sons for electrical, they're number one. Every year, hundreds of children suffer from unintentional injuries or death due to unsecured guns. Camden County and Moms Demand Action South Jersey are asking for your help to reduce gun violence by spreading the Be Smart message.
Store guns unloaded, locked, and separate from ammunition. And talk to other parents about secure gun storage.
It's up to us to prevent these tragedies and save lives. Visit CamdenCounty.com/BeSmart to learn how we can stop gun accidents and deaths together.
97.3 ESPN has teamed up with Seize the Deal for incredible weekly offers from some fantastic local restaurants. Here's this week's big deal.
Get a $50 gift card, good for use at the Ravioli House in Wildwood for just $25.
This great deal is on sale now at seizethedeal.com. Hurry, chances are this deal will sell quickly. For more info on this great deal, go to seizethedeal.com.
Seizethedeal.com.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live from the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schweim, Bobby Schweim, producer Nicky Earnshaw. And Bobby, I got to tell you, man, I go up to Toms River Volkswagen last night.
They hooked you up?
They hooked me up, man. You go up there.
That car's a smart-looking car.
Oh, I am so happy with my Volkswagen Tios.
The best vehicle.
Tios.
That's the best vehicle you ever owned.
Go up and see Huey.
You had
man.
a few chick cars in it.
Yeah, okay.
I mean,
yeah, like you had that Rice Rocket, that thing you had was a chick car.
About, man, no, it wasn't. That thing was fast.
Nah, that was a real feminine car.
That was fast. That was fast.
All right, but anyway, yeah, it's a Tios. It's silver. And I love it, man. It's got great pickup.
Smart-looking vehicle.
Huey.
Because you're dumb. And so you got a smart-looking vehicle.
Huey took care of me, man. I recommend you go up to Toms River Volkswagen. Check out all the new cars in stock. 2024, man. I'm styling. Nicky Earnshaw was following me down.
Oh, yeah. I saw him on the way down. He pulled on the expressway.
I pulled right away from him.
I caught him. Right. I caught you.
Listen, we got a text board question today. 609-403-0973. What's your one big takeaway from last night's game? 609-403-0973. What is your one big takeaway from last night's game? We're going to start off with Nicky Earnshaw. Nick, what's your big takeaway?
So my big takeaway from last night's game was Zach Bond.
Oh,
Zach Bond.
That's a good one.
That's a good one. Fantastic last night. He was flying all over the field. He was a former New Orleans State. He comes in. Remember, the linebackers overall were okay, but I thought Zach Bond really
11
impressed.
Solo tackles.
Yes,
2
15
sacks.
total tackles.
I mean, the guy, he
ended the game last night, but he was flying all over. He was generating pressure. I liked what Zach Bond did last night. I thought that was a big takeaway because if you can get a really good season out of him, that's a steal to have, in a position where they're not really deep at.
609-403-0973. What's your biggest takeaway from last night's win? 609-403-0973. Bond, for you, what do you say,
Well,
Bobby?
I got a toss-up here. I got a toss-up between two, but I have to go with the position that I played.
Right.
Because I think being a cornerback in the NFL is probably one of the hardest positions to play.
Right.
This Quinyon Mitchell.
Yeah, man.
I mean, he was like a lockdown.
Yeah.
I mean, he's
a little cocky too. He's got that attitude.
Yeah, they come from Toledo.
That's what you need to do.
Holy Toledo.
So this guy, he had 5 total tackles, which I don't want him tackling anyway. I want him, shutting the lockdown.
Right.
But
he made some nice plays on a couple balls.
He had 4 solo tackles. He broke up some passes. I mean, so we need a cornerback so bad that we can rely on. It's hopefully this guy's steady. Darius Slay kind of drives me nuts from time to time. But
he's getting older too.
He's getting older. I get it.
He's losing a step. So that's why he drives you a little nuts.
Yeah, I get it. But so for me, I'm gonna have to go with that with him.
609-403-0973 is the text board. What is your biggest takeaway from last night's game? I'm gonna say the whole defense, Bob. They gave up 29 points. They couldn't stop the run. Well, and I know Bond had a great game, but Jordan Davis, where was he?
And
where was Jordan? Where was Jalen Carter?
You know what's funny?
I mean, he's not even on a stat sheet. He didn't even have a tackle last night.
At one point, I only saw those two in a down lineman. It looked like there were 2 defensive linemen. Everyone else was standing up.
Yeah, it was.
So I don't know.
I don't know too much about playing defensive line because I never played that position. But Bob, a defensive tackle can't take a side, right? Because then the offensive line can just push you right out of the way.
Bill, they were
You got to just make the drive straight up the field.
Well, here's the thing: when you put two guys that they're in a 3-point or 4-point stance, two guys. I mean, I saw this quite a bit, and these guys are getting double teamed. I don't know what you call that defense. With you have the rest of the guys all standing up. I don't know. I don't know what.
It was interesting last night. So one of the takeaways, even though Zach Bond was great, the Eagles were getting killed over the middle. Over the middle, they were getting destroyed. And that one play after Nakobe Dean, where the Packers scored the big touchdown, right? It was 3 plays on that drive. Nakobe Dean could have had a pick 6. He's got to come up with that catch,
because
right?
2 plays later, Green Bay goes to the house.
So look at his stats. He had 4 total tackles as a linebacker.
He was okay.
But he was okay.
He was okay.
He was
fine.
bad, but he's got to be more effective, man.
Yeah,
he's got to be,
as long as you don't read Blankenship leading the team in tackles like they did last year, that's really bad.
Hey, listen, when I led the team in defense, I was safety.
Right.
We were what,
2 and 7.
You can't have a safety making all the tackles.
No.
You can't do it.
Hey, he had an interception last night. Yeah. By the way,
Nick, I said to you last night at the at the house when we were watching the game.
Yeah.
That Blankenship, he seems a little slow. He's an intelligent player, but is he a little slow?
Blankenship?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I mean, he comes up with great plays, Bob. He's a heady guy. I like him. It seems to me that
a step leg.
Listen, he was an undrafted player. We got to remember
that's
that.
another
thing. He came out of nowhere. So for him to have a big interception last night, he's kind of stepped into that role. They're a little weak they were a little weak in the secondary last year. They have much more young talent. They're a little quicker.
Well, who's the fastest guy we got? What's the guy that we got from Iowa? The defense.
Cooper DeGene.
Well, he's hurt, right?
Yeah.
He was hurt.
He was hurt. What was his injury?
He
Nick,
was
hamstring
injury.
So that's
but Bob, he's been back since like the 3rd, 4th week of practice.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I don't see his name on his stat.
Well,
sheet.
he didn't.
I'm just wondering.
Well, but all right, but Quinyon Mitchell played really well.
Yeah.
You
I
established that.
that. Yeah, I mean, this guy's got to be effective too. We got to, when you draft that high,
right?
Man, you got to get.
There's
something.
one player that's not really on that stat sheet that I'm very concerned about. Bryce Huff.
Bryce Huff.
Where was he last night? Non-existent in last night's game.
609-403-0973. What's your one big takeaway from last night's game?
All right, I got a takeaway. We got Dan in EHT. He's checking in. Looks like there is a major concern with the Eagles' edge rusher. Smith,
yeah.
Huff, Sweat, Old BG is not good. Rosen might have to make a trade at the deadline.
Well, Josh Sweat, 1 total tackle.
Yeah, he was.
One solo tackle, and that's it.
Listen, I said to you,
on, man.
Nick, I've been saying it for the last 3 or 4 weeks leading up to the season. The Eagles are going to have to win games like they did last night. High-scoring games.
Shoot out.
They're going to have to ball out on offense. And hope for the best on the defense. They surrendered 29 points, I believe. Last year, they were bottom in the league, giving up points. They gave up 25.3 points a game last year.
Can't do it. Do it.
We got a couple texts in. From Gabe. Last night felt like the 2017 Super Bowl. Back and forth scoring, and you didn't know until the end of the game whether the Eagles were going to win.
That makes for an exciting game.
Well, yeah. I mean, we were all glued to our seat.
Yeah.
At the end. I mean, so that's a good game. I mean, Billy, you picked them to lose.
Yeah, I picked them to lose. But you
that's
know
how
what?
wrong you are because you're a moron.
Well, you said it was a must-win because
guess what? They did. And they won.
And the reason why I picked them to lose is because the way they finished last year, until they prove it to me that they can stop somebody, I'm going to be like Mr. Negadelphia himself, P.J. Corda.
Well, I'm telling you, for me,
how are we so negative after a win? We can't be that negative after a win.
Because we want to win pretty, Nick. I want to see it down.
That's not football.
Listen. Hey, listen, Devontae Smith was great.
He was great. Phenomenal.
I'm encouraged there.
He had the over. He had the over on his passing yards.
Okay, A.J. Brown was phenomenal.
But, I don't know. For some reason, that first year that Jalen Hurts was on the team, I mean, the offense just seemed like it was clicking.
That was 2022 when they went to the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah, but for me, like, he hasn't performed to that level. It seems to me that year was really good.
Can I tell you why?
He just doesn't look like the same player.
Can I tell you why? A big reason might be why? Shane Steichen. Shane Steichen was his offensive coordinator, and look what he's done.
So what do you think about the job Kellen Moore did last night, Nick?
I thought he was pretty good. I thought Kellen Moore, they ran the ball, right?
I went nuts when they threw the first bubble screen at the third play of the game. I'm like, here we go again. Bubble screen.
I know it.
You were freaking out when that bubble
Like,
screen.
what? You're going to tell me we got a new coordinator and he's going to third play of the game? It's a bubble screen?
What's wrong? You can use a bubble screen every once in a
Yeah,
while. They
every
just
once
did
in
it
a
too
while.
much
It's not
last
the first
year.
game, and what was that, the first quarter? Wait, come on.
Devontae Smith got a first down off a bubble screen last night, so it worked.
Yeah, but that was later on in the game. All right, I do want to talk about Jalen Hurts real quick. Do we have time to play that clip?
Yeah, we do.
All right, let's play that clip.
All right.
First of all, very candid. I like what he had to say. And did you see the emotion on the sideline after the fumble with
who was over there talking?
He
to him?
was. That's right.
Jordan Mailata and
no, but Hurts addressed that he was talking to Dickerson.
Yeah, Juergens and him were talking during the game.
Well, you know, because Bill, that was a concern you had last year. Right. Hurts would go off to the sideline, and he would sit there and talk to me. The offensive lineman went up to him while he was sitting down.
Last night, he went up to Juergens. He went up and addressed it.
Couple times
He
on
was
the
talking
sideline.
more.
On
He
the
was talking
sideline,
more.
he was sitting there.
Well, the point is, he was more animated last night.
I get it, but
that's the point.
But guess what? He's sitting there. The lineman came over to
No,
him.
but what are you talking about? He was Nick. You and I saw it. I pointed it out to you, right?
No,
he was standing. He walked right over to him. They were arguing almost.
Overall, do I need to blow the whistle again?
Yeah, because this idiot thinks he knows everything.
I do know everything.
Overall, he was more animated last night. Whether it was the offensive line go up to him, he
yeah.
had more energy than he did last year.
He was interacting. He was doing what a quarterback is supposed to do. Interact with the player.
A quarterback gets up and puts his arm around a guy, and the lineman had to come over to him.
You're wrong again.
That one time.
Wrong again.
Bill, you're talking about one time. I talked
after the fumble, Bob.
And me and Cusack both saw it. We both know
it's Cusack. No, he's from Haddonfield. All right. On the other side, we're going to get the keys to the game with Scott Grayson from Fox 29 News, and we'll get his take on the Eagles' performance last night. The first hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. From the shore to Center City and every place in between, Surety Title is there for you. With 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA, that's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900 or give the Ocean City office a call. Chris Mooney, 609-399-1227. Oh, I got to tell you about Las Scala's. We're going to be down there for 7 dates. We're going to do 7 Eagle pregame shows at Las Scala's Beach House. Looking forward to that. Our first date will be September 22nd at Las Scala's Beach House in Brigantine. Come on down and be a part of the show. Las Scala's opened last summer to rave reviews. It's your home away from home for a large selection of Italian, American, and seafood favorites, just like your grandma made. Plus, you'll love their famous pizza and their daily specials and their game day menu. Eat in or take out at Las Scala's. They're located at 1400 Ocean Avenue in Brigantine. That's LasScalasBeachHouse.com. Let's eat. All right, when we return, we'll talk more Eagles football. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim, Bobby Schweim, and Nick Earnshaw right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Wake up weekday mornings from 6 to 10 a.m. with Unsportsmanlike on 97.3 ESPN with Evan Cohen, Super Bowl champion Chris Canty, and Michelle Small. Can't wake up without it. Brought to you by the Galloway Bar Book and Games at Ocean Casino Resort in Atlantic City.
Train presents The Unstoppables. Those captains of comfort, those gargantuans of the guarantee, those satisfaction savants who persevere perilously beyond probability as the raconteurs of reliability. Here's to Train's heralded heroes of heating and air conditioning, those comfort kings with a tireless tenacity for total turnaround. The Train Comfort Specialists. Just one more reason why it's hard to stop a train.
Hi, this is Joe Lenigan, owner of Lenigan Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call us today for your free Train system quote at 609-399-1200 or online at ocnjplumber.com. And please don't forget to ask for a military and senior discount.
Calling again, again and again. Calling again, again and again.
Hi, I'm Steve Coates. When I dine out, I go to La Barca Restaurant, located at 301 Summers Point, Longport Boulevard, Longport, New Jersey. Set in the Seaview Marina with panoramic views of the open bay and marina, La Barca offers a wide range of dining options from fresh seafood, gnocchi menu, Italian, steak, chicken, and inspired entrees. When I have company at the shore, we go to La Barca for great food, impeccable service, and amazing views. Call La Barca now for reservations, 609-541-4007. Maybe I'll see you there.
Hi, this is ex-Philadelphia Eagles tight end Ken Dunnick, and I'm the current publisher of Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine, and I'm asking you to become a Camden County police officer and help make our city a better place to live. The Camden County Police Department is now hiring for sworn officers who are going to make a difference in our community. The first year's salary for the position is $51,000. So join the effort today to be part of something bigger than yourself. Visit CamdenCountyPD.org to apply online. That's CamdenCountyPD.org. Thank you.
With Labor Day savings at the Home Depot, you can upgrade your home with up to $1,500 off select appliances from top brands like Whirlpool. Enhance your kitchen with quality and convenience from Whirlpool, like the freestanding electric range with built-in air fryer and the tall tub dishwasher with third rack, all available at the Home Depot. Right now, shop Labor Day savings up to $1,500 off select appliances at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Pricing valid August 22nd through September 11th. U.S. only. See store or online for details.
Sarah.
From first-time Nana moments.
Yeah, welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments. Your can't-miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Timmy, everybody. Great job. Next up for our 5th grade class recital, we have Samantha.
10 times better performance can make a big difference. Castrol Edge Motor Oil gives your engine 10 times better high-stress performance. Castrol Edge, better oil for maximum performance. Now through December 28th, Castrol Edge and Edge High Mileage Motor Oil are on rollback at Walmart.
Claim based on sequence 9 test under high-load conditions versus API SP test limits.
Don't miss the Atlantic City In Waterboat Show, 4 days only, September 5th to the 8th at the Golden Nugget Marina. See the new boat models from all the major manufacturers. Buy advanced discount tickets at acinwaterboatshow.com.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live from the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schweim, my twin brother Bobby Schweim is with us today, stirring things up, and of course, producer Nick Earnshaw. 609-403-0973 is the text board. Our question is, what's your big takeaway from last night's game? 609-403-0973 is the text board. Now it's time to get the keys to the game with Fox 29 News sports anchor Scott Grayson. Brought to you by Blitz's Market in Ocean City, located at 21st and Asbury Avenue. Try their famous breakfast sandwiches, hoagies, gourmet burgers, and vegetarian options. Online ordering is available at blitzesmarkets.com or give them a call at 609-399-9983. Start your day off with Blitz's freshly squeezed orange juice. Mention the locker room, get $1 off their 12 ounces of liquid sunshine at Blitz's Market. All right, let's go to the Toms River Volkswagen Sports Hotline and welcome into the locker room our good buddy, Scott Grayson. Good morning, Scott.
Morning, guys. How we doing? Did Nick just fly in? I was the alternate in case the ref lost his voice last night in that shirt.
Well,
I got 2 of them.
The reason why, Scott, he's wearing the referee's jersey is you can't see my brother because he doesn't have his laptop, but my identical twin brother Bobby's in here. It's getting heated in here.
What's
Scott.
up, Scott?
How you guys? How you doing, Bobby?
So you don't need to see his face. You see mine. It's the same thing.
I'm better looking now.
Either way, I'm fighting the urge to vomit, right?
All right, Scott. Our text board question. We're going to start you off with the question of the day. Our text board question of the day is: what is your biggest take? We'll get into the minutia with your breakdown, but what was your biggest takeaway from last night's game?
My biggest takeaway is just that, listen, man, you're always going to have rust in today's week 1 of the NFL. The penalties, the bad tackling, which I think was also partly due to the poor footing, but it was still there. The mistakes, the miscues, the blown coverage assignments at times, the turnovers. I mean, frankly, look, if Jalen Hurts doesn't want to turn the ball over, he's got to play some preseason snaps. And I don't want to hear about I don't want to continue to hear about the joint practices, because you know what? He knows he's not going to get hit in a joint practice. It's a lot different when you've got that pass rush coming at you and they're going to be able to try to take your head off. But you know what? Here's the thing. My one takeaway, if you want me to grow from it, from there, Billy, is by the end of the game, it looked a lot better. And I think if you want to go from week 1 to week 2, you're usually going to see your largest amount of growth there. So the fact that you escaped Brazil with the win, and that's how I'd say it, you escaped with the win. To me, that's the one big takeaway. You're 1-0, and you've got a lot of room to improve.
We're talking with Scott Grayson from Fox 29 News, sports anchor. Scott, Saquon Barkley, man, 24 carries. I know you always get your keys to the game before the game, and I know you always say run the ball, don't turn the ball over, but they got him. They got him at a price, and he did his job. I mean, it didn't look like he was during the game.
A quiet 109
yards, but in the end, it was 24 carries for 109 yards.
He was a beast.
Touch.
So, right, he was a beast. And here's the thing that I was pleasantly surprised at. I just haven't seen them commit to a running back in terms of feeding him and getting him the volume, right? Saquon Barkley's a guy who needs the volume. He'll give you the 3 yards, the 1 yard, the 5 yards. Then he'll give you the 34-yarder. He'll be a force out of the backfield and catch a pass for a touchdown. That was Saquon Barkley right there. Frankly, after, I think the second touchdown, I turned to my son and I was like, text any friends you have that are Giants fans. just make sure they're doing okay right now.
Yeah, that's what we said.
Yeah. It was fun to watch. And I think, the fun thing to me was, okay, if you're going to feed him the ball 24 times, how are you keeping the other guys happy? But there was still the volume. They were in 74 plays yesterday. So Devontae Smith had his 7 catches. A.J. Brown had his 100-plus yards. Dallas Goedert had his touches. So I thought overall, Kellen Moore did a good job. The one that he's not out there throwing the ball. Jalen's got to make better choices, and I think that'll come. And Cam Jurgens and Jalen have to get on the same page with some of their, the snaps as well. All that's going to come. What I saw out of that offense was positive, and Saquon Barkley, of course, led the way. And now you look at the Falcons, who saw that, and they've got to find a way to stop Saquon, which should open things up for other guys.
Scott, one takeaway I had last night was Zach Bond was all over the field.
He was phenomenal.
He was fantastic last night. What did you notice out of his production and his performance last night?
Just what you said. It seemed like he was either making the tackle or he was in the screen. You saw him. I love the way the guy flew around to the ball. I thought he and Nakobe Dean worked overall pretty well together. And I took positives away from both those guys. But Bond was the one that was making the big plays. And look, listen, I know it was the backup quarterback in at the time, but we've all seen crazy stuff happen in football, right? I don't need that ball getting thrown in the air at the end of the game. And that sack to me was big. It was a perfect end to his night. I think there's a lot of positives to take away from Zach Bond's game. And look, he showed no rust with tackling. And that's what you worry about in some of this was missed tackles in that week 1 game. I like the way the guy played. I thought, where Green Bay had success running the ball, did you notice? It was along the outside. It was when they got to the outside. Up the middle, I thought, Dean, I thought Bond, I thought Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis did a really good job of keeping those lanes up the middle from really being there too much.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you, Scott. Your take on Davis, Carter, and Davis.
Yeah, I didn't think Davis didn't even show up on the stat sheet. He didn't even have a tackle.
I was just a little. But talked about it. We were kind of concerned. Like I said, you
know what it looked to me, Scott? Like Jordan Davis was taken aside, and the offensive lineman was moving him out. I've never played defensive line, but it seems to me that you want to keep in your lane, right?
You have to, I would caution you on going too far into the stat sheet on Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter, right? Because look at what Fletcher Cox did. He I wouldn't say never. He rarely lit up the stat sheet because a lot of times what he was doing was drawing the attention to allow other guys to make plays. And if Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter are drawing attention, right, it allows Dean and Bond to come up and make those tackles on run plays up the middle. I don't think you're going to see a lot of stat sheet games from Jordan Davis. Jalen Carter, you'll see some. He did have a sack last night, which was great. But what I need those guys to do is occupy space. Jalen Carter's a beast. And what you saw Green Bay doing was trying to get in his head early. He got the penalty. They got the penalty on him, which he's got to be smarter about. And that's got to be maturity.
They did open a couple big gaping holes, though, in that offense. We drove a truck through it.
Yeah, there were some big holes.
I feel like most of the time, though, those were on the outside. And that's not on Carter and Davis. That's on guys on the edge out there where maybe Bond and Dean, and I haven't seen any film yet, maybe they cut too far to the inside and that's blown on them. That could be the case. But they can't, Green Bay did a good job at one point of recognizing we're not running the ball up the middle. We've got to go outside. And one whole drive they did that and got a touchdown. I think the Eagles did make some adjustments in the end on that. But there is certainly, again, there's room to grow in all this. And I'm not saying Jordan Davis, I thought, played a great game. I don't think I put him in my Grayson's grades. But, I believe that what I need is him and Jalen Carter to together allow space to be occupied, those running lanes not to be there, and guys to come up and be able to make plays. And if they're doing that, eventually good things will happen for them. But I don't expect either one of them to really be big stat sheet, blow up the stat sheet guys. Because, again, that's not what Fletcher Cox was here. And look how much we loved him.
Yeah.
Scott, I wanted to ask you, a guy who kind of felt like he had a quiet night. You really didn't see him like you saw Zach Baum, was Bryce Huff. It seemed like he had a quiet night. Like, what are we expecting out of him maybe heading into next week? Because he really wasn't all over the field.
Yeah, and if you parse the words of Vic Fangio throughout training camp, I think what you heard was they're trying to get him comfortable. I'm paraphrasing, and I just don't think he's comfortable yet in the role that he's being asked to fill. That was week 1 of 17 games. The guy's got time to get there. I'm not saying let's all be patient and wait for that because, you're expected to do those things. I thought I saw more Nolan Smith than I expected to see out there.
Yes.
And I don't know if part of that is because of Huff. But they've got to get to, and Josh Sweat you didn't see a lot of making plays. These are guys that I think some guys grasp stuff right away. They get it. They get their role. They're there, and they're going to make plays. Zach Vaughn being one of them. I think other guys like Nolan, not necessarily Nolan Smith as much because he was out there, but Bryce Huff, Josh Sweat, and to an extent Nolan Smith. These are guys who have to get more comfortable in what they're being asked to do and get, the understanding of what Vic Fangio wants them to do. So much of the NFL is speed of the game, right? And you hear guys when they're getting it, it's slowing down now. I think everything's still a little fast for some of these guys in Fangio's defense to really, and I don't want to make excuses for them because that's not, I don't want this to come off like that. I'm saying I'm in a table where I feel those guys are in week 2 and see if there's any growth there for them as well.
Every Saturday and Sunday during the football season, we get the keys to the game with Scott Grayson from Fox 29 News. Scott, 29 points though. I mean, I know it's the first game, and Green Bay's got a high-powered offense, obviously with Jordan Love as their quarterback, but 29 points. Nick Fangio can't be happy with. I know they made plays when they needed to, but 29 points is way too much.
It is, but if you think back to our conversation we had off air after we talked last Sunday, I told you I thought it was going to be a high-scoring game. I was not surprised. Where I was surprised, though, was when the offense did so badly in the first 2 drives and turned it over, the defense held them to field goals both times. To me, that was huge in that moment in the game to not let it get away from you because the offense couldn't find itself. So if you break the game down, I thought there were plenty of great moments for this defense. But there was also, they let Reed get way too wide open in many instances and get too far out where he was able to use his speed to then break it to the end zone. Again, I'm not making excuses for these guys, but the footing looked to be an issue for both teams in some of those areas where maybe you close on the guy, but once he made a cut, it was gone. It needs to be fixed. You can't give up those back-breaking plays like that because, if this is a bend but don't break defense and they give up yardage but hold field goals more often than not, right. If that's what it becomes, that's enough. I've said all along, I feel this way, especially even more so after last night. If this defense can hold opponents to 20 points or less, right, even 23 points or less, you're probably going to win just about every game. And so they gave up 29. It is too much. I need that number down around 20 for me to feel a little better. And I'm not asking you to be a great defense to give up 20 points per game.
Right.
I'm just
And
saying don't give up those chunk plays.
Right. Yep.
Hey, Scott. All right. One last thought that I have for you. But leading up when the Eagles were 10-1, leading up to remember they were winning real ugly.
Yeah, I had a feeling about that last night.
Did that game last night have that feeling?
I can tell you, Scott, Billy and I had an argument. Yes, before going into the game yesterday, I said, not statistically because it's the first game of the season, but I said it's almost like it feels like it's a must win. As bad as they did at the end of the year last year, for me, it was almost like a must win.
I felt that way too, just because, look, you know that game could very
well. You would have
to
take his side, Grayson.
Thank you, Scott. Thank you, Scott. Appreciate that.
I got to get the whistle out, Scott.
I have a hard time saying a week 1 game is a must win.
Well,
that game has tie breaking potential to it when you look way down the road at playoffs, and so for that reason, NFC potentially tying with the Packers for seeding, you had reasons to look at that game and say that this needs to be a win. And look, the Packers had a long – I don't even know if they've landed yet. I don't think the Eagles have.
No.
They have a long flight home after playing that game where the Packers have to feel like they gave it away. Here's the one thing I will say, Billy, to your question about feeling like last year. Look, with Saquon Barkley, you have a closer. You have a guy who comes in the 9th inning and is going to get the job done. They took 7 minutes off the clock and almost ran it all the way out, which they failed to do last year at times when they needed to close out games. This was a tight game. They needed to get a touchdown, in my opinion. The field goal made it so the Packers had to get in the end zone, but you left them no timeouts and 27 seconds to do it. That was missing last year. So, where I will say it's not like last year, where I didn't feel like it was last year, was as they kept moving the chains in that last drive, I was going, hey,
okay,
this is what good teams will do to win games. And as bad as it was for the first half, they got the job done at the end and did what they had to do to get the W. That was missing at times from last year's team. So I will say that this, while it felt at times like last year, in the end, I walked away going, that's different, and that was nice to see.
All right, Scott, it's always nice to see you, and we really appreciate getting the keys to the game as we will all throughout the football season, and we'll talk to you next week. Thank you so much, Scott, and Big Eagles win, man.
Yeah, no problem. Nick, holding.
All right, there he is. Fox 29 News sports anchor Scott Grayson. We get the keys to the game with him, brought to you by Blitz's Market in Ocean City, located at 21st and Asbury Avenue. Try their famous breakfast sandwiches, hoagies, gourmet burgers, and their vegetarian options. Online ordering is available at blitzesmarkets.com or give them a call at 609-399-9983. Start your day off with Blitz's freshly squeezed orange juice. Mention the locker room, get $1 off their 12 ounces of liquid sunshine. That's Blitz's Market.
You know why you have me in here, Bill? To have the smart guys agree with me. They make you look like a dumb. And that's why I come in here to show how you don't even know what you're talking about. And I get the pros to agree with me. And then you got to sit there and feel like a dunce.
All right, shut up. 609-403-0973.
We got one more to go. One more hour to go.
The text board. What's your big takeaway from last night's game? 609-403-0973. And of course, Bob, you were down with the Semino girls.
Yeah. It's great. You go into the fog. I rode my bike over there.
Right.
We're getting ready. We were watching the
Joni Semino. Who's over
Karen
there?
And Jacqueline. And so, these girls, they're big fans, and the points that they bring up in the conversation, they're in tune.
Right.
They're true Eagle fans.
Because they're watching the game.
And they've been doing it for years.
All right, it's not all fluff for the Semino girls. All right, the first hour of the locker room was powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate purchases. From the shore to Center City and every place in between, Surety Title is there for you with 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA. That's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900 or give Chris Mooney a call in the Ocean City office, 609-399-1227. Just about everybody in our area has heard about the Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine that is run by ex-Philadelphia tight end Ken Dunnick. But were you aware of the private business network they call the Legacy Club? Every month, they hold private events at upscale locations in Philadelphia and South Jersey that attract over 200 top business people. If you have an interest in attending one of these events and see it's a fit for your business, send an email to ken@jerseymanmagazine.com or give them a call at 856-912-4007 for more information. All right, when we return, we'll wrap up hour number 1. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Tomorrow on Compass Media Network's coverage of the NFL. A new season is here, and the march to Super Bowl 59 is on. Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys look to make an early season statement against Myles Garrett and the Cleveland Browns. Hi, this is Jerry Recco. Join Kevin Ray, Steve Berline, and me for all the action as these two cross-conference powerhouses kick off the new year. It's the Dallas Cowboys and the Cleveland Browns. If it's the NFL, it's right here.
It's NFL Sunday. Coverage begins after Game 1 of our triple header.
Hundreds of Volkswagens in stock and on sale. Hundreds of Mitsubishis, even 100 electric Pintelli golf carts in stock and on sale at Tom's River Auto Group. And not a penny over sticker. Plus, Tom's River Auto has a Birds fan bonus. $500 off just for showing up in a team jersey, hat, socks, whatever. How easy is that? New or used, Tom's River's got plenty, but hurry. On sale, they're flying. Click Tom'sRiverAutoGroup.com.
Do you want to get in shape and feel great and look better on the beach? At Local Gym and Fitness, located at 908 Asbury Avenue, you can accomplish your goal. 4 local guys with a passion and experience in fitness wanted to open a gym that delivers a quality, hospitable, clean, and friendly environment. Don't be intimidated. Be a local. Local Gym has the best equipment around with 4 fully loaded Olympic and CrossFit platforms, Jacob's ladders, Stairmasters, bikes, and ergs. Local Gym and Fitness provides quality trainers to lend their expertise with all your training needs. They're open 7 days a week. Memberships are affordable. So be a local at Local Gym and Fitness. Call them today at 609-545-8732 or go online at localgymandfitness.com. I'll see you there.
How would you like to go to the 2025 Masters Golf Tournament? Go to ticksforgood.org to find out how you can win the grand prize of 2 weekend passes to the 2025 Masters, as well as plenty of other awesome prizes like Masters hats, t-shirts, and foursomes to your favorite South Jersey golf courses. Go to ticksforgood.org to learn how you can win these prizes. This sweepstakes is brought to us by our friends at Shane Orthopedics and the David Scales State Farm team.
Sharing with roommates is hard, like sharing a thin wall with a wannabe music major. But you know what's easy to share? Xfinity Internet. Get fast, reliable internet that's powerful enough for all your roommates to be online at the same time. That means while your roommate streams trumpet tutorials, you can put your headphones on and play your favorite video games. With the volume turned up, of course. Like, way up. Get a special student offer on Xfinity Internet for just $25 a month for 1 year. Plus, there's no annual contract, which means you're not locked in if you move out next year. What's even better, you'll also get Wi-Fi equipment and a free self-install kit included. To learn more, go to Xfinity.com/student, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit an Xfinity store today. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. New off-campus students with qualifying Xfinity Internet.
Go for the endless ocean views and the non-stop entertainment. Go for the lucky whirls and the late night twirls. Go for the gourmet eats and the next level sweets. Go to celebrate. Go to rejuvenate. Go for an escape that's anything but ordinary. Go for the win. Go to Ocean Casino Resort. Book your trip at theoceanac.com. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live at the Tom's River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schweim, Bobby Schweim, Nick Earnshaw. Bob, I love my Tio. Go to see Huey. Yeah, go up and see Huey at Tom's River Volkswagen. Tell them the locker room said, they're going to take care of you. They got some great deals on some of these cars, and they are unbelievable. I love it.
Bob,
Pop from Rendazzle. Yeah, Jeremy, he got up there. Listen, there's people that are extremes, right? Chris Rumbo's a friend of the show. He thinks the Eagles are going to go 6-11, right? What? And then you get Joe Lenigan who thinks the Eagles are going to go 14-3, or 14-2 or whatever.
Well, we can go over the list.
No, but I predicted the Eagles to lose last night.
You did
28-27 in a close one. But guess what? I would rather be wrong. I would rather do that and be wrong than predict them to win and lose.
Well, you would ask everybody here that do we have a prediction? I didn't make a prediction. I just said it was a must win for me.
Right.
And obviously statistically it wasn't, but Grayson obviously took my side.
This idiot. See,
I'm an idiot. You're the idiot because
Grayson agrees with you, Bob, doesn't mean you're right.
Well,
I'm right.
It does.
Nicky Earnshaw. You didn't even make a prediction on the Gill show.
No, I didn't.
By the way, the Sports Bash, Mike Gill predicted what? 31-23.
Yeah, 31-23 was the score he predicted. I felt like they were going to win. I was kind of wait and see because it's a preseason.
I didn't have a feeling.
I had no feeling.
I had no feeling, but how could you? There's no preseason.
I didn't have a feel for it.
No feel at all yesterday because none of them have played. I don't know what you're gonna get. It's like you're going in blind.
I hope Scott's right about how it should be a big improvement from week 1 to week 2. I hope that happens. Who they play next?
Atlanta Falcons. 609-403-0973 is the text board. Nick, you got one real quick?
Yeah, we got a couple of texts. A bunch of people texting in. Josh from CM. I also wondered where Huff was. Need major help in the middle. Has me a little worried.
609-403-0973. What's your biggest takeaway from last night's game? I thought Nakobe Dean played pretty well. He dropped that. If by the way, if he intercepts that ball, it's a cakewalk in. He strolls in. But the Packers, they came back 3 plays later, and we already established that they scored again. That could have been a big turning point, Nick.
That could have been a huge turning point in the game. Nakobe Dean just has to catch that. He just has to catch that. I mean, there's no other way to put it. I mean,
I'll tell you what, I was feeling I feel a lot better now after the discussion that we've had.
Right.
Because when coming in initially, I wasn't like, I'm coming off the ledge a little bit here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
All right.
Well, we're about to get negative again.
P.J. Corda, he gets chicken wings from Charlie's, and it doesn't bring any blue cheese or no celery.
No dip, nothing.
What's that like, Nick?
I'm going to be negative to him.
Right. All right. Coming up, we got Mr. Negadelphia at the top of the hour. Then at the bottom of the second hour, we're going to talk to a lifeguard historian, Seattle City legend Tom McCann will join us. And we'll talk to him a whole lot more. It's the Locker Room with Billy Schweim, Bobby Schweim, Nicky Earnshaw, right here on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN mobile app.
Coming up on the next edition of the Sports Bash with Mike Gill.
Hey, it's Mike Gill. Coming up on Monday's show, we'll take a look back at the Eagles and Packers down in Brazil, plus the Phillies weekend against the Marlins. NFL Week 1 in the books. We're taking a look at all of it. Mike McGarry, Jeff Bosher has football at 4. John McMullen will be live at Ocean Casino Resort. Stop out and see us. It's all Monday on the Sports Bash.
The Sports Bash, weekdays from 2 to 6 p.m. on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
Go for the endless ocean views and the non-stop entertainment. Go for the lucky whirls and the late night twirls. Go for the gourmet eats and the next level sweets. Go to celebrate. Go to rejuvenate. Go for an escape that's anything but ordinary. Go for the win. Go to Ocean Casino Resort. Book your trip at theoceanac.com. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
We could try to explain what it feels like to get your work done on a John Deere. The way a Z-Track mower finishes in half the time you thought it would. Or how much easier it is to move mountains of soil with a 1 Series tractor. We could even go into detail about how it feels to tow up to 4,000 pounds behind a Gator XUV. But if you really want to know what it's like to run with us, you just have to get in the seat. Learn more at johndeere.com/get-in-the-seat or visit a dealer near you.
Tommy! I can't wait for golf this weekend, huh, buddy? Time flies. Love you, man. Oh, don't forget your knee brace again. We aren't in college anymore.
Moments together matter, so help protect yourself from RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV, and there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
With Labor Day savings at the Home Depot, you can get up to $1,500 off select appliances from top brands like LG, America's most reliable line of appliances, like the LG Smart Top Load Washer with easy unload angled front, so you can reach every last sock. Right now, get up to $1,500 off select appliances in-store and online with Labor Day savings at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Pricing valid August 22nd through September 11th. U.S. only. See store online for details. America's most reliable line of appliances per independent study.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com.
Don't miss the Atlantic City in Waterboat Show. 4 days only. September 5th to the 8th at the Golden Nugget Marina. Enjoy live entertainment and outdoor dining. Buy advanced discount tickets at acinwaterboatshow.com.
South Jersey's official play-by-play home of the Eagles, Sixers, and Flyers.
At 0 point would I ever consider not being a fan of the team.
97.3 ESPN, WENJ, WENJ HD, Millville, Atlantic City. A Town Square media station serving all of South Jersey.
Red 83!
Welcome to the locker room.
Vince Papali, welcome to the locker room.
I can smell it already, Billy. What's happening, buddy?
Von Hayes, welcome to the locker room with Billy Schweim.
Yeah, hey, Billy, how you doing out there?
Rich Gannon, welcome to the locker room, Rich.
Thanks, guys. It's great to be with you.
Great Bob McElwee, NFL referee.
Hey, Bill, how you doing?
Craig Berube. Craig, welcome to the locker room.
All right, thanks, Billy.
We have the real Pat Croce in the locker room.
Get me off the bench, Coach.
And now here's your host, Billy Schweim.
All right, we're back broadcasting live from the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schweim, Bobby Schweim, producer Nick Earnshaw wearing the stripes today. And, wow, that song never gets old. Doesn't it get you pumped up, man?
Remember Brent Musburger?
Irv Cross, Phyllis George.
Love it, man.
Who was the gambling guy back? The Jimmy the Greek, Bobby the Geek. Nicky Earnshaw, big win last night. Nick, you happy?
Oh, I'm happy. I'm
so
ecstatic.
you're not negative, are you?
No, I'm not negative.
You know what time? You know what?
First of all, I got to say, we've talked about this before. This is such a great time of the year.
Yeah.
The water's warm.
Yeah,
you
the
got
waves
warm
are big.
days, cool nights. The Phillies are winning. The Eagles, we're starting.
Season starting.
Yeah, this is freaking great.
This is
awesome.
Well, we're positive, but we have a segment now. We have to get to it because Mr. Negadelphia P.J. Corda, he's sponsored by Galloway Pool Service. Not happy with your pool, people? Call Galloway Pool Service, 609-204-6939. They've been in business for over 30 years, covering all of South Jersey. Ask for Dragon. Tell them the boys from the locker room sent you. That's the Galloway Pool Service, 609-204-6939. Let's go to the Toms River Volkswagen Sports Hotline and welcome into the locker room our good buddy, Mr. Negadelphia himself, P.J. Corda. Good morning, P.J.
Good morning, gentlemen.
All right, we're going to start off with this.
I've taken over PJ's role.
No. Give him the booze for his.
Give him the booze?
We need the booze.
I have the booze, but I only have applause up. That's all I got up.
Give me dun.
Wait,
Ready
I'll
for
put it.
All right, you're getting called on the carpet, PJ. You get wings, but you don't get the blue cheese and the celery last night.
Listen, I blame it on them. That's garbage. Throw it in there. I didn't grab it. I just assumed they put it in.
But then again, I have to defend him, PJ. I have to defend PJ because who doesn't have blue cheese in her damn refrigerator?
Right. Well, we didn't even ask Miro. You think he would have said we got blue cheese upstairs, right? PJ, all right, we want you to opine on what you saw last night. Our text board question is 609-403-0973. What was your big takeaway from last night's game?
I mean, I'll give them a little leniency on the field, okay, because I think it was in bad condition and there was no reason for us to be in Brazil playing. But I got to say, I don't think Jalen looked good. I think he looked like a deer in the headlights. I don't feel like he gave me the confidence that I wanted in my quarterback. And he made some plays that were beyond suspect. I mean, when the game was on the line and there was importance to us getting that, he's running across the field. He's looking one way. He's pointing the other. He throws a ball cross shoulder and ends up throwing it right to the Green Bay Packers. Makes us all nervous. Then everybody's worried about the game again. Like, it was like he had the game in his hands and he totally was like fumbling around with it. It just I had flashbacks from the Super Bowl.
Mr. Negadelphia, I got to talk about the beginning of the game. How are you feeling after those first 2 turnovers in the start of the game in the first quarter?
I mean, listen, it's exactly how a preseason game would start off.
That's right.
It was like, why didn't we get all these kinks out? Why didn't we do this? I mean, you guys mentioned earlier in the show, Mahomes played.
Yeah. Joe Burrow played.
Burrows, a lot of these guys are out there.
Jared Goff.
We had a lot of changes in our offensive line. It would have made a lot of sense to get him as much play time as you could.
We're talking with Mr. Negadelphia P.J. Corda, sponsored by Galloway Pool Service. Mr. Negadelphia, we were all sitting around at Miro's house last night. We had, all the big TV screens going. We're all sitting at the bar, and you were like, when Dean dropped the ball, you were like, you got to catch that ball.
Yeah. Well, him, and I'll be honest with you, the guy that I was harping on last night was Maddox. I mean, Avonte Maddox essentially escorted all the receivers down the field. I didn't see him make one decent play. And then I don't understand why we drafted Cooper. I know he got his hamstring injury, whatever you guys said, but even with his leg not being great, it would have been nice to see him jump out there and do something more than Maddox did. I mean, Maddox was just watching everybody.
Well, Quinyon Mitchell had a pretty good game, and he did real well. He was the number 1 draft choice. So, I mean, you can't be negative on that one.
No, we had some guys that played well. Listen, not every one of them played terrible. I mean, we got the win. It was exactly how the wins were last year at this time,
which we weren't happy about last year. You know what? I want to win pretty. I don't want to win ugly. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we want to win with authority.
I got to look at my authority. I got to look at my brother. That's ugly. I don't want to win ugly.
Now, Mr. Negadelphia, what is there anything positive that you took from that game last night?
I mean, listen, Saquon looked good. Yeah. I mean, you give him a line, and Saquon shows up, baby. You know what I mean? He was there.
24 carries, 109 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 receiving.
Yeah. No, he was there. But, I mean, even to say, for our receivers who I feel like I don't feel like Jalen gives us that confidence where, he sees the play, steps up in the pocket, he makes it. I mean, he made some good plays, but it's not confident the way you see from these other championship quarterbacks.
I agree on that. Wholeheartedly there.
Jalen Hurts, we played a clip earlier today, but he answered a question with candor, and I thought he was more vocal than in other words, when he's interviewed, PJ, he's always spewing the company line, stoic. Bland. Bland. He doesn't really say much. I thought last night's interview, we played it earlier today, I thought he, and you saw him get in an argument or an animated conversation with Juergens last night after that fumble.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think he's passionate about it. I think he wants the drive. I mean, he has the drive to push everything and work on it. I don't think it has anything to do with his commitment or willing to do it. It's just, whether you got it or not. And I don't know if he's got it or not. I mean, he hasn't.
They won the game, PJ.
Yeah, but his quarterback rating was 80.3.
That's fine. It was a bad field.
What do you mean that's fine? It's not fine.
They won.
But that's not fine. Don't say it's fine.
They won.
Did they win because of Jalen? Is that why they won?
They won because of Saquon Barkley, not because of the look. They won because of Barkley and the time of possession. They controlled that.
There was 1 passing touchdown, I'm just saying, to Saquon Barkley. One of his touchdowns was a pass from Jalen Hurts.
And it was a good throw, Nick.
Beautiful throw.
And he has moments of greatness, but it's not consistent. There's not a lot of confidence.
I mean, how often did you see Tom Brady have an under 100?
We can't compare him to
I know, but
Bobby.
PJ just said he doesn't look like
Tom Brady. Come on.
No, but what I'm saying is, PJ, you said how he doesn't seem like a star NFL quarterback like there's some of the elite, and that's what he said. I get it.
And it's true though. I mean, it's obvious to me. I mean, if you watch the games, there's just not he doesn't have that confidence that you have in certain quarterbacks. I just don't have it with
exactly.
I got to be honest with you. I agree with you. I agree with Mr. Negadelphia. I mean, he doesn't look like he's polished. And albeit it's the first game, and we all said it's a preseason game. But
Bill,
what are they working on in practice,
Bill?
Bob?
He's been playing football his whole life.
I know.
So he played with Alabama. He played with Oklahoma. Come on, man.
He's also had different coordinators every single year of his career.
But the mistakes he
that
made
doesn't help.
His dad's a football coach, though. For
I'm
God's
just
sake.
saying he's had to do had to have different offensive schemes every single year.
But PJ, Mr. Negadelphia, what I don't understand is, and I know it's timing, but the center, he snaps the ball, he wasn't even ready for the ball, hit him right in the chest.
Well, that's
he looks stupid.
That, and then they also messed up the tush push. Now, I know they messed it up. You saw they almost fumbled it again. I was like,
yeah, Saquon Barkley had to recover it.
Yeah, he had to recover that one. So, I mean, I'm saying they're getting a little sloppy there. They got to work on that. They got to, you know what I mean? That center to transition's got to go a little better. You can see the newness there of them getting comfortable.
All right, Mr. Negadelphia, I just want to get your quick take on the Phillies because they won by 2 touchdowns last night.
Yeah.
What is your thoughts on the Phillies?
The bats are alive, I guess. You know what I mean? Now we can hit.
What's going to happen with the Phillies down the stretch, Mr. Negadelphia?
I mean, it's going to be tough for me to be negative on this one, all right? That's what I'm hoping.
Oh, yeah? He's turning a leaf.
Honestly, I mean, look, this is the time to get hot. So if we're going to get hot, we're going to start getting the bats. This is the time.
All right.
If we can go into the playoffs the way we played last night, it's coming our way. You know?
Right. You're on party probation for not bringing blue cheese. All right, I can't get out of it. Dave Clemick got us all together there. Everybody, Nick Earnshaw brought. What did you bring, Nick?
I brought Stromboli.
He brought Stromboli. Clemick. He brought no mustard.
Well,
no cherry on the top of my ice cream.
Yeah.
What's wrong? No Jimmy's.
Oh God.
Gotta have Jimmy's. Jimmy's. You bring pretzel with no mustard.
It's a faux pas,
It's
Mr.
fugazi.
Negadelphia.
Look, you bring pretzel with fugazi. Well, he brings a pretzel with no mustard. He brings chicken wings with no celery and no blue cheese.
Yeah.
Party probation.
Party probation, Mr. Negadelphia.
He's no word. He has no response.
for that.
How long is that probation going to last?
I didn't bring it.
You got to redeem yourself next week.
Next week, you got to redeem yourself. All right, you got to bring it.
I'll come in strong next
By the
week.
way, listen, I got to tell you, and Mr. Negadelphia, I got to tell you this. My brother's giving you a run for your money because you're funny with your negativism. Bobby's got an edge, man. He's miserable. He's a hater.
We need that in Philly, though. We need that.
We like your Negadelphia better.
They're both drinking.
But Nick, he's a fun-natured Negadelphia.
Yeah, they're both drinking their hater every
Bobby's
single
a
morning.
hater.
Is that in the Hood Handbook or whatever you call it?
The Hood Handbook. Hey, Mr. Negadelphia, one last thing before we let you go. You know, my brother's got a problem with the fact that the word Negadelphia is in the Urban Dictionary.
That's what it was.
Right? Mr. Negadelphia, you're in the Urban Dictionary.
Oh yeah, man. No, this is the real deal, man. This is
Man, you can't even buy it. You can't even go to Schuster's
Barnes and Noble.
Noble. You can't even buy it anywhere. It's a list on a computer somewhere. It's not even a book.
Listen, it's 2024. This is how it is, man.
Get with the times, Bob.
What do you mean? This kid still reads the newspaper. What are you kidding me?
We taught him how to airdrop. We're going to teach you next.
All right, Mr. Negadelphia, as always, we appreciate you, and we look forward to you every Saturday. And have a great rest of your weekend, and let's go Birds.
All right, go Birds.
All right,
All right, there he is, Mr. Negadelphia. P.J. Corda is sponsored by Galloway Pool Service. Not happy with your pool, people? Call Galloway Pool Service, 609-204-6939. They've been in business for over 30 years, covering all of South Jersey. Ask for Dragon. Tell them the boys from the locker room sent you. That's the Galloway Pool Service, 609-204-6939. Who doesn't bring blue cheese to a party?
Mustard on a pretzel.
No mustard on a pretzel.
Yellow mustard.
That's on a
yellow mustard.
They didn't bring any mustard. Did you see any mustard? There was none mustard.
I gotta have mustard.
It was dry. Well, I like pretzel.
Hey, you know how about what Clemick brought? Fruit. To a football party.
He was having cherries. He was having watermelon.
Pineapple. Tofu. All right. For Eminem. For over 83 years, the Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in South Jersey. It's a stone's throw away from Ocean City. It's a landmark. With a friendly staff, it's no wonder why Circle Liquors was named Best of Philly, Best of Atlantic City, with the most competitive prices around. The Circle Liquor Store is now a proud sponsor of the second hour of the Locker Room with Billy Schweim. Throwing a party, preparing for the big Eagles game? Let Chet and his staff make sure you have everything you need. Check out the website at circleliquors.com or give them a call at 609-927-2921. They deliver. That's the Circle Liquor Store. Now, I want to tell you about McCann Appraisers. For all your real estate appraisal needs, call John A. McCann and Associates, 609-263-7422. Whether commercial or residential properties, for estate, tax, or finance planning, divorce, or financing, and more, the professionals at John A. McCann and Associates are licensed and ready to assist you. Give them a call right now. John's waiting by his phone, 609-263-7422. All right, when we return, we'll talk a little Phillies baseball. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim, Bobby Schweim, Nick Earnshaw right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Tomorrow on Compass Media Network's coverage of the NFL. A new season is here, and the march to Super Bowl 59 is on. Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys look to make an early season statement against Myles Garrett and the Cleveland Browns. Hi, this is Jerry Recco. Join Kevin Ray, Steve Berline, and me for all the action as these two cross-conference powerhouses kick off the new year. It's the Dallas Cowboys and the Cleveland Browns. If it's the NFL, it's right here.
It's NFL Sunday. Coverage begins after Game 1 of our triple header.
Ocean City's real estate market is red hot, and you need an agent that has the knowledge and expertise to help. Contact Ocean City's top agent, Mark Rhymes. Mark has been selling real estate for 30 years in South Jersey. He can answer all your real estate questions and find you the perfect property. He's available anytime on his cell at 609-425-2042. When Philadelphia star athletes are looking for a house at the beach, they contact Mark Rhymes, specializing in buying and selling vacation homes, single-family homes, condominiums, and duplexes, residential and commercial, as well as new construction projects or investment opportunities. Mark Rhymes, he's your agent at the beach. Give him a call right now, 609-425-2042, or check out his website at grimes.com.
Hi, I'm Steve Coates. When I dine out, I go to La Barca Restaurant, located at 301 Summers Point, Longport Boulevard, Longport, New Jersey. Set in the Seaview Marina with panoramic views of the open bay and marina, La Barca offers a wide range of dining options, from fresh seafood, gnocchi menu, Italian, steak, chicken, and inspired entrees. When I have company at the shore, we go to La Barca for great food, impeccable service, and amazing views. Call La Barca now for reservations, 609-541-4007. Maybe I'll see you there.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson & Sons for electrical. They're number one.
Hi, this is ex-Philadelphia Eagles tight end Ken Dunnick, and I'm the current publisher of Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine, and I'm asking you to become a Camden County police officer and help make our city a better place to live. The Camden County Police Department is now hiring for sworn officers who are going to make a difference in our community. The first year's salary for the position is $51,000. So join the effort today to be part of something bigger than yourself. Visit CamdenCountyPD.org to apply online. That's CamdenCountyPD.org. Thank you.
The new John Deere Gator XUV lets you cut, pack, drive, scout, weld, stack, feed, pull, load, tow, spray, and haul, all in a single day. Because with the highest cargo box volume in its class, customizable features, and a towing capacity of up to 4,000 pounds, it gets the job done. You just have to get in the seat. Learn more at your John Deere dealer or visit johndeere.com/Gator XUV.
If you no longer qualify for New Jersey Family Care, you may be eligible for low or no-cost health insurance through Get Covered New Jersey for yourself and your family. These quality, affordable health plans cover doctor visits, prescriptions, emergency services, and more. 9 out of 10 enrolling qualify for financial help, and many pay $10 a month or less. Learn more and find out if you're eligible today at getcovered.nj.gov.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim. 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live in the Tom's River Auto Group studio in Northfield. Billy Schweim, Bobby Schweim, Nicky Earnshaw. Wow, you down at Blitz's Market?
Yeah, so I went in there to get that breakfast sandwich the other day, right? But
Dave and John are great.
Yeah, so I went in there. I got the orange juice, the breakfast sandwich. It was good. I put a pepper jack juice on it. Little spice.
Bobby goes in there and tells them what he wants.
Yeah, that's like. But anyway, you go in there. They always have a sandwich in the day, right? So I walked in there. And they got a picture of the Billy G, which is our buddy Billy Godfrey. And he has his own sandwich. You see this thing, Bill? It's a ribeye sandwich. It's not a cheesesteak. It's like a ribeye sandwich in the roll.
Right. I'm
with Cooper cheese and caramelized onions. It looked great, but I already had a breakfast, so I was going to eat. You know what I mean? Right. But the Billy G, man, it was awesome. You got to have it.
609-403-0973 is the text board. Our question is, what was your big takeaway from last night's game? Now, I do want to talk a little Phillies baseball because the Fightins, they won by 2 touchdowns last night.
Well, let's say, you can't get crazy because Nick and I talked about it. It was a AAA pitchers.
Yeah, it's the Miami Marlins.
There's a minor league, so I'm not getting too crazy.
Kyle Schwarber is tied for the major league.
Confidence is everything. When you hit the ball, I get it.
I wrote 97.3ESPN.com that they're playing the Marlins. They should probably give Bryce Harper some time off right now and get him right. But he doesn't want to be taken out of lineup. He's played in 44 or 45 games since the All-Star break.
Yep. Bohm also went to the IL
and
as well.
Bohm's on the IL?
Yeah, so you got to get these guys healthy.
Ranger looked good the other night. I thought Ranger
he did.
Ranger looked good.
He's had a couple. He struggled, of recent.
But
of late.
Last out, he went 5 innings.
He looked good. He looked good.
Listen, the Kyle Schwarber is just on fire. I mean, it's like the last games he's like hitting like 333.
Castellanos has been doing okay.
Castellanos has been fantastic.
But you know what? I can't help it. Listen, on paper, the Phillies should be winning the World Series. And, I hate when you look at this on paper analogy, and then when it comes to the game, like Castellanos was nowhere to be found in the last.
All the bats went silent last year.
So we know that's a possibility.
Well, I call Nicky Schwarber because he's been tooting Schwarber's horn for the last 2 years about the greatest leadoff hitter in baseball.
I mean, he's living up to it.
Well,
he's living up to it.
He's got 13 leadoff home runs.
He's tied for the record.
And if he gets one more, he's got 20 games to hit one leadoff home run.
The last couple games they had to come from, well, not yet last night, but they had to come from behind.
In those tougher series,
seriously. To come from behind the way they did,
that comeback.
You gotta love that.
But you know what they're also doing? Not only are they just getting power, now they're also manufacturing some runs too. They've had doubles. They've had a couple.
They're coming alive.
And Nicky's been saying from day one, and you said it on the Sports Bash with Mike Gill because he's been ripping you.
Yeah,
he's really ripping you, Nick.
That's fine.
Why? What's he saying?
But he thinks they're going to the World Series.
I think they're going to win the World Series.
Well, on paper they should.
Well,
I mean, that's
win. So that's not a stretch for him to say.
But
everyone else has been so negative because they went through that tough stretch.
It was a really bad stretch.
I understand that, but they still stayed at the top of the standings during that stretch.
But let's face it, though, more than anything, it's been our pitching that's gotten us to where we are.
Exactly.
So. The bats are what they've been. You got in the playoffs. It's not uncommon to win 1-0, 2-1.
Well,
that's a playoff baseball game.
Seeing betting. Obviously, you're going to see better pitchers in the playoffs, right?
Yeah. So if we can manufacture or even hit a couple home, 2-1 should win you a ball game in the playoffs.
What can't happen is what's happened the past 2 years. They can't all go cold at the same time. That's just I've never seen anything like it. Everyone, Schwarber, Turner, Harper, Bohm, they all go cold at the same time.
Last night's game,
can't happen.
The last night's game, that was great and everything to see the number, but I just wrote that off. But
you know what Dave Clemick says? Dick Vermeil said it. Keep losing teams losing. Yes. That's what they did. They don't years before the Marlins stunk, and they still gave us a pain. They were still a pain in our butt. They would always find a way to beat us.
Right.
Not last night. 2 touchdowns. They play better than the Eagles.
And 2 2-point conversions too, because they had 16.
Zach Wheeler got his 14th.
Yeah,
win.
that's great.
Now they play at 4:00 today. Who's on the hill for the Phils today?
Today for the Phillies
Suarez.
on the hill, it is Aaron Nola. Aaron Nola's on the hill.
Nola go for his 13th win, right?
It'll be his 13th win if he gets the W today.
Would you try to sit Bryce Harper today? I think I'd try to sit Harper.
Why not?
But they're 8 games up on the Mets and the Braves.
Yeah,
right?
Cody Clemens killing the ball too right now. He came back up and he's been lights out since he's been back with the team, right?
So they have 2 more against the Marlins today and tomorrow, and then they have the Rays for 3 games when they come
They
back
got the
home.
Mets coming up.
And then
Mr.
the Mets.
Mr. Met, we're gonna get in touch with him.
So
because
he's not watching.
No, he doesn't even. He can't even name 3 starting guys on the Mets team.
Well,
and he's a Mets fan.
So what are we? We're 8 up right now.
We're 8 up.
The division.
And fellas, don't forget we're the best team in the National League right now. So we will have home field advantage as it stands right now.
Not just the National League. They're the best team in baseball. They have the best record in baseball right now. They're 1 game up on the Dodgers, and Baltimore is 3.5 games behind.
Here's some Harry Callis.
Tomorrow we'll go on the mound with former Phillies pitcher Tommy Green, brought to you by Blitz's Market. Tommy will give us his perspective on the Phillies. Now, he's been talking me down off the ledge, Bob. You know me. I'm like, I live and die with if there was that stretch where they lost, 4 or 5 series.
I mean, I was still,
like you said,
still staying positive.
The dog days of summer, Billy.
Yeah.
Baseball, listen, when it gets hot, and you're out there every day, how hot it is and whatnot. I mean, 162 games?
It's a long year, plus
season.
the playoffs.
So, you were hoping that they came out of it. They seem to they have. After the All-Star break, they lost the first 3 series after that. I'm like, holy smokes.
You have to remember, the Dodgers, the Yankees, all these top teams in baseball were all going through it during the summer. They were all having tough stretches through like this 40-game stretch. They were like
Guardians.
Under 500.
After the Phillies played the Guardians, they went in the tank.
Yankees, Dodgers, all the Braves, they were all struggling around the same time the Phillies were. So it was like all the teams that were at the top of the standings, they were struggling just as bad.
And by the way, prior to the last series with the Braves, the Phillies were 3-6 against the Braves, and they righted the ship. Now they're at 6. They finished 6-7, so they made it respectable.
Yes,
right.
Because the Braves, despite the fact that they lost 6 of their starters, including Spencer Strider,
it's a good
and
team.
they were still taking it to us. I'm like, with this team, if that wasn't enough for concern right there, Nick.
3 out of 4. Listen, the Phillies did their job. They took 3 of 4 from the Braves to kind of seal this division.
All right, let me ask you this first, Nick. Are you happy with Robbie Thompson the way he's been managing this team?
Topper.
Yeah.
How could you not be, Bill? That's like,
Well, because I think
there's sometimes.
First of all, Nick Castellanos has had 1 day off the whole year.
Well,
but Bryce Harper.
He asked for that. Nick Castellanos asked for that in the beginning of the year. He did not want to miss a game this year.
It's Topper's job.
He said
yes.
It's Topper's job to manage his team, and if it means to sit his guys down,
I understand that.
Like Bryce Harper, Bob, he's playing
But
in pain with a bad elbow, bad wrist, and then he got plunked on the other elbow.
But this is why. Did you hit the microphone? I didn't do anything. I think you were going crazy.
You're that Springo. It's like Billy's brain rattling around. That's what I thought it was. With all the nonsense that he spews.
Oh, listen, Thompson. There's sometimes I'm just like, I don't know about that move. I question it sometimes. The analytics, I get it. Sometimes he goes too far into the analytics. It's fine. But overall, that's some of the reason they respond to him. They love Rob Thompson.
Exactly.
He listens to his players, and he's that even-keeled type
So
of guy.
let's talk about the coach. The player, he commands the players' respect.
Right.
Would you agree?
I 100% agree.
What about Sirianni? That's my only concern,
Yeah,
dude. I mean, I have a problem.
Because
when I lost respect for Sirianni, and not to change the subject, I know we're talking about the Phillies.
Well,
but
we're talking about managing and coaching.
Okay, but anyway, when he came off the field against the Kansas City Chiefs and had to get into the mix-up with the fans, you're a coach in the NFL. You're going to mix it up with some peon fan. What the heck? I kind of lost a lot of respect.
But he made a mistake. He'll straighten it out.
You think it was just a mistake?
Yeah.
I call it I call it a character flaw.
Nah, but I let his emotion get away with him.
It's not a mistake. It's a character flaw.
Yeah, you're brain dead.
Yeah. All right. Character flaw, my man.
Hey,
that's not you can't consider as a mistake.
He got maybe caught up in the moment.
Wow. I just very unprofessional.
Right, well,
very unprofessional.
Listen, on the other side, we do the Beach Patrol report.
Okay.
And we had a great Avalon won the South Jersey Lifeguard Championship, but Tom McCann's brother, they're both legends in Seattle City. He just wrote a book called The Guards. And on the other side, we're going to talk with Tom McCann. By the way, you know what his wife's name is? Jerry.
Tom and Jerry.
Tom and Jerry.
Was that the mouse and
the cartoon?
The cartoon, Tom and Jerry.
But if it wasn't for Jerry,
I'm surprised you even know half of the TV shows.
I know Tom and Jerry.
You know Tom and Jerry?
Yes, I watched Tom.
I thought you watched like the cuddle thing that with the bear with the thing on it.
I watched SpongeBob growing. I'm not that young. Come on.
Teletubby. Telebilly.
No.
All right. For over 83 years. Come on, man. It's the comedy show today. For over 83 years, the Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in South Jersey. It's a stone's throw away from Ocean City. It's a landmark with a friendly staff. It's no wonder why Circle Liquors was named Best of Philly, Best of Atlantic City, with the most competitive prices around. The Circle Liquor Store is now a proud sponsor of the second hour of the Locker Room with Billy Schweim. Throwing a party, preparing for the big game. Let Chet and his staff make sure you have everything you need. Check out the website at circleliquors.com or give them a call at 609-927-2921. That's the Circle Liquor Store in Summers Point. Now, I want to tell you about La Scala's Beach House. We're going to be down doing our Eagles pregame show. We're going to have a lot of giveaways. We're going to have maybe a former player or two down there signing some autographs. You want to get down to La Scala's Beach House. It opened last summer to rave reviews. It's your home away from home for a large selection of Italian, American, and seafood favorites, just like your grandmom used to make. Plus, you'll love their famous pizza, their daily specials, and their game day menu. Eat in or take out at La Scala's. Are located at 1400 Ocean Avenue in Brigantine. That's LaScalasBeachHouse.com. Let's eat. We'll be talking more about the exact dates and times that we'll be at La Scala's for our Eagles pregame show. All right. When we return, we'll talk with Tom McCann. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim, Bobby Schweim, and Nick Earnshaw right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Wake up weekday mornings from 6 to 10 a.m. with Unsportsmanlike on 97.3 ESPN with Evan Cohen, Super Bowl champion Chris Canty, and Michelle Small. Can't wake up without it. Brought to you by the Galloway Bar Book and Games at Ocean Casino Resort in Atlantic City.
Train presents The Unstoppables. Those captains of comfort, those gargantuans of the guarantee, those satisfaction savants who persevere perilously beyond probability as the raconteurs of reliability. Here's to Train's heralded heroes, heating and air conditioning. Those comfort kings with a tireless tenacity for total turnaround. The Train Comfort Specialists. Just one more reason why it's hard to stop a train.
Hi, this is Joe Lenigan, owner of Lenigan Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call us today for your free train system quote at 609-399-1200 or online at ocnjplumber.com. And please don't forget to ask for the military and senior discount.
Calling again, again and again. Calling again, again and again.
How would you like to go to the 2025 Masters Golf Tournament? Go to ticksforgood.org to find out how you can win the grand prize of 2 weekend passes to the 2025 Masters, as well as plenty of other awesome prizes like Masters hats, t-shirts, and foursomes to your favorite South Jersey golf courses. Go to ticksforgood.org to learn how you can win these prizes. This sweepstakes is brought to us by our friends at Shane Orthopedics and the David Scales State Farm team.
Every year, hundreds of children suffer from unintentional injuries or death due to unsecured guns. Camden County and Moms Demand Action South Jersey are asking for your help to reduce gun violence by spreading the Be Smart message.
Store guns unloaded, locked, and separate from ammunition. And talk to other parents about secure gun storage.
It's up to us to prevent these tragedies and save lives. Visit CamdenCounty.com/Be Smart to learn how we can stop gun accidents and deaths together.
Tommy, I can't wait for golf this weekend, huh, buddy? Time flies. Love you, man. Oh, don't forget your knee brace again. We aren't in college anymore.
Moments together matter, so help protect yourself from RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV, and there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Flounder season is gearing up, and the one stop for everything you need is the bait and tackle shop at Utch's Marina in historic Cape May. Come to Utch's for a huge selection of flounder spinning and conventional rods and combos for the boat or the surf, with top name brands available like Penn, Tsunami, Ocean Max, Shimano, and more. Only at Utch's Marina, your home away from home at the foot of the bridge in Cape May. Check out the half-off sale going on right now. Live bait, frozen bait, rods and reels, lures too. Visit Utch's today. Bait and tackle shop open daily.
We're going abroad for the first time in years, to Spain. So we started using Babbel.
And started learning Spanish fast.
With Babbel, you can start having conversations in another language in just 3 weeks.
¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas?
When you learn a language, you want to actually use it. Babbel is designed with that goal in mind.
In just 3 weeks, we're starting to have conversations in Spanish. Gracias, Babbel.
Babbel, language for life. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com.
Don't miss the Atlantic City in Waterboat Show, 4 days only, September 5th to the 8th at the Golden Nugget Marina. See the new boat models from all the major manufacturers. Buy advanced discount tickets at acinwaterboatshow.com. Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
Back broadcasting live at the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schweim, Bobby Schweim, Nick Earnshaw producing, and Jason's learning a little. He's getting some instruction today.
Tell you what,
J-Dog. Now, Bobby, we love the beach, and we cover the Beach Patrol, and it was just such a great summer. Avalon won the
my
South
boys. I got twin boys that are guards in Ocean City.
Lifeguard, OCBP.
Yeah, come be passionate.
One cold beer, please. But
by the way, after the football game last night, all the kids came over to our house.
Oh, they were all at your house.
And I knew it was just a matter of time before the cops were all.
Oh, did they roll in last night?
There was like 40 kids there. Dude.
Oh, jeez. Yeah. But anyway, the Beach Patrol it's synonymous with South Jersey. We've got the beaches here.
Yeah.
And our next guest, he's a legend. He and his brother are legends in Sea Isle City. But he just has a new book out called The Guards, Bob. It's about all the beach patrols from Brigantine to Cape May Point, and it's an in-depth book. It's a great read.
Oh, he talks about all the patrols.
Yeah. Oh, he's a historian. Tom McCann's an historian here. So let's go to the Toms River Volkswagen Sports Hotline and welcome into the locker room our good buddy. He's a legendary guy from Sea Isle. He's a historian, Tom McCann. Good morning, Tom.
Good morning, Billy.
How you doing, buddy?
Great. How you doing?
How's your wife, Jerry, doing?
Jerry's doing great.
Tom and Jerry. I told my brother, remember how hard I laughed? Because I didn't realize your wife was named Jerry. And when I told him, he laughed harder than me.
Yeah,
that's
Tom
beautiful.
It's a real show.
Oh, I love it.
Tom, you and your brother, you guys are synonymous with beach patrolling, and you've been around for a while, and this is your second book that's come out. It's called The Guards, and I'm looking at a picture of it. There's a really nice look to it. But tell us what this book's about, Tom.
What it is, I wrote a book before, and I did it in Sea Isle City, and that's when I lifeguarded there for a long time and loved every minute of it. After I started working on other beach patrols, it was probably one of the best things that ever happened to me because I got to be on 5 different beach patrols. Every year I take the test and go into another patrol. I found out there was a lot of commonalities with all the patrols. So I started digging some research, and I did history on Brigantine all the way to Cape May Point, which was 5 beach patrols. And I realized and researched on how great of a job all South Jersey beach patrols do annually. And I saw firsthand rescues and preventative things that kept beaches safe, keep people safe on the beach. And I was impressed with it. I said, I got to tell people about this. This South Jersey group of guards are phenomenal. And all you got to do is look at the record. We go through Labor Day. You always breathe better after Labor Day, and because you had a safe summer. Across the board, safe summer and all those beach patrols. It's really, really remarkable how great the guards are in South Jersey.
And of course, Tom, they provide a service. I mean, saving lives is their main goal. We cover the races, and of course, we've had you on our broadcast, our live broadcast when we broadcast from the Margay Memorials or the South Jersey Lifeguard Championships.
Right.
And we always comment on the athlete and the athleticism of these. There's
a lot to go into.
Yeah,
that goes into
but it's so much more, and you're shedding light what the guards do. It's a day in, day out job of saving lives.
Yes, and the races are a great way to demonstrate to the public how efficient and how effective the guards are. And the patrols are well prepared. All you got to do is watch the races. And in my book, I have 17 different races registered where who won and how many times they won. And there's some outstanding performances by a lot of the guards year in and year out, being superstars in these competitions. But these competitions, you want a real healthy, well-trained, skilled person saving you if you're in trouble.
No,
you don't want to be out in the water, and you were a lifeguard yourself.
Yeah.
You don't want to be out in the water and the person is out of gas when they get to you.
Hey, matter of fact, Bobby and I remember we were riding our bikes on the boardwalk, and there was in Ocean City, and there were people that were out on the jetty.
Yeah,
and we looked in, and of course there was a few guards in the water with the buoys.
Last
week. And we're just riding by on a regular morning, and then there was a major rescue.
Well, there was like 4 or 5 people that went all the way out to the end of the jetty.
And
You
they
know
got
how
knocked-
slippery it is out there. They slipped, and they were out there. Even the guy getting back up on a rock, he stood up and boom, he went right back down.
And that hurts. That's not.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's very dangerous. And years ago, I've done a lot of research on this. Years ago, before we called them lifesavers because we didn't have whistles at the time. People used to go out to the end of the piers and jump off and break their neck.
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
They dive off. And see, people didn't pay attention to high tide and low tide.
Well, they don't
You
know
could do
about
that
it,
at high
you know?
tide, get it away with it. But low tide, you break your neck. A lot of that went on.
Now, Tom, you incorporated a lot of pictures in this book, which is good because pictures are good, but it does paint a picture of what this looks like.
Yes. Well over 150 pictures in this book, and it covers all 15 beach patrols. And what I did with each city, I pulled out some of the interesting, fun facts about that beach patrol, and it just shows you the depth that we have in training and in preventing problems on South Jersey beaches.
Now, Tom, how do you get this book? How do you get a copy of The Guards? Because it looks like a great read, something you would put on your coffee table.
Yes, well, I've been hearing this from people that bought the book. It's a great coffee table book because it's like an encyclopedia on South Jersey lifeguarding, basically. It tells you everything about the city, a list of all the captains, all the athletes, the winners of the races. Like in around the Allen Row, for example, it's a very big race. So I pulled out the top 5 winners in that race. The Upper Township Row, I pulled out the top 3 winners because it was such depth. The South Jerseys, it's the sole winner. The Margates, the sole winner. But what you do is you after you go through this and you see some of the personal stories that are attached to this, it makes it more colorful, and you get an understanding of the character. And I try to get the reader to understand the essence of what we're all about.
And how do we get a copy, Tom? How do we get a copy?
You got to do what you got to do is you go on the for the website, the Guards, GUARDS, the Guards at the Guards book.
Okay.
.com.
And
That's it.
Is it going to be in stores, Tom?
Not right now. It's all social media right now.
And
that's how we've been handling it. My wife does a great job, and thank God for her. She got me on the right track.
More ways than one, Tom.
Tom and Jerry show. Yeah. So, she did, but the guardsbook.com.
All right.
And you can get to the website, and then you can buy a book from that.
Well, Tom, I got to tell you, it was a great summer, and we always appreciate you and your brother John McCann for everything you guys do for the South Jersey Lifeguards and the community, and of course on the locker room with Billy Schweim. We appreciate you, Tom, and we'll talk to you again. Thank you so much.
So much, and people look forward to your show all the time.
All right, Tom McCann. We'll talk to you next time. Tell John I said hi.
I will.
Thank you. There he is, Tom McCann. He's a historian, and of course he's been around for years.
One thing I will say about most of the guards, they still have like a skeleton crew on these guards, but right now, like yesterday, and it's
beautiful.
The waves are huge,
and the water's warm,
and there was a lot of people. There's a lot of people out there now. They do have the jet ski, and it's a skeleton crew, but the water's still warm. There's still a lot of people.
People are still coming down in September. Yeah.
So you know what happens when you come from the inland and you're not like the wind and the waves and the tide. These people just aren't aware of it.
Yeah,
That's all, because they're not from here.
Yeah. You also wear socks and slides when you come.
What's up with the shoob over here?
Well, I have to tell you, man. This kid is the ultimate shoob.
He's got black slides and black socks and shorts.
So guess what?
And hairy legs.
My kids have hairy legs too. Guess what? My boy, to make you feel better, Nick. To make you feel more at home, my boys they're twins,
They're the
17
same
years
thing.
old.
They're shoes.
Second year on the life. They're lifeguards,
and they
wear that nonsense.
They do it too. The Nike socks,
but they
right?
wear the sock. But they have these
Oh, brother. Give me an oh, brother.
Oh, no, brother. This guy stinks.
Oh, brother.
And these guys are locals. There's locals they were born
Right,
down
and
here.
they-
locals they can get. It's crazy, man.
Nicky, I mean, he's got this. I mean, he's got
I'll
black
give
socks.
myself a
Boys
bill.
don't wear black socks, do they?
Sometimes, yeah.
They wear black socks.
Mainly
Yeah.
white socks, but no, they do that. They wear that. They don't have those slaps though. They have another kind of shoe. It's like
Yeah.
it's
Like a loafer.
It's like a hemp type of thing.
Right.
Color,
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
Bobby, yesterday we went to the Ocean City High School football game.
Yeah, that was
a pretty
cool.
good game.
Ocean City has the line, the core line.
How's the tight end? He got hurt yesterday.
Yeah, Joey Berardis, he twisted his ankle.
Is that what it was?
It blew up at the end, but that
All right.
kid's a beast.
Yeah.
And they have the
Russ Hendrick's son.
This is the first time he got the ball. The last game he didn't even touch it once, I don't think. But the
Quarterback's got a nice arm there.
He's got a nice arm. He's a little bit more accurate. They got the second string quarterbacks is good too.
Right.
But it was a good win. These guys are Derek. What's his name? Dirks. Eric Rafe. These kids are like 6 foot 270.
Giants.
They're huge, and they had a great offensive line. They got good skill
Of course,
positions.
Spackman and Liz were there last night.
So it was a good win for the Ocean City Red Raiders.
You like high school football there, Nick?
It was awesome under the lights. What a setting for Ocean City, though. You got the Ferris wheel and the beach, and it was a good turnout. It was a great.
I was
victory
talking.
last night.
I was talking to Clemic last night. I was like, Hamilton almost beat your mainland team last year. So I got to see what happens. Maybe I got to pop out this year.
Now we got some good college football on today, but I got to tell you, I have not activated my Caesars Sportsbook, or I just activated, but I didn't put any money in there yet, Nick.
Right.
I'm going to start getting back into it.
Josh went like 11-3 last week on his picks.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. We gotta somehow get the sportsbook consigliere back in.
Yeah, we got to get him back
because we'll
gotta find a sponsor.
Maybe
for him
we'll do a small segment with his 3 picks in a weekend or something like that. But we missed the sportsbook.
He's a funny.
But
guy.
I gotta say, Nick, I'm beating P.J. Corda. We're in our fantasy football league.
Yeah.
And tomorrow we'll be talking with the fantasy football guru Brian Harley, brought to you by Charlie's Bar and Restaurant, and he'll give us an in-depth analysis of what players to watch and who to follow and who to play. But right now, Nick, I'm beating Mr. Negadelphia, P.J. Corda.
There you go.
I'm smoking him.
I'm 6 points down from Clemic, but Clemic had 3 players play. I've only had 1, so I'm only a couple points
I got to
down.
be honest with you, though. I'm up 46-11 on Mr. Negadelphia, but he only had 1 player play. So,
Ooh.
but my win probability, which you can't really
Can't go by that.
It's 52%
Yeah.
to 49%.
50-50.
Now, Bob, you don't play fantasy football.
I don't have time for that. I just come in here and correct you when you're wrong.
Yeah,
on
okay.
your opinions, and
Yeah.
I gotta set you straight.
And I got to wear the ref jersey. That's what I got to do. I got to make sure you're both set
You know what?
straight.
I'm sitting on the phone and pushing buttons. It's not my lifestyle.
We're going to get you both airdropping by the end of the show.
Yeah, but you know what an airdrop is?
Yeah, I airdrop all the time.
Oh, is that right?
Right on your head.
You're an airhead.
Only on the play.
No, seriously, we have the tablets in the airplane. And
Yeah.
I airdrop the flight plan to my
There you go.
my co-pilot. So I mean that's no big. I've been doing that for a while.
There you go.
He's
We got him.
So
He's on the wave now.
I got a little slow out of the gate.
I got the doopy doo coming over today. We're gonna get a pizza. We're gonna watch some football.
Yeah,
She's
I'm
gonna
gonna
go,
watch-
Dad, I want to go for a bike ride.
Yeah, that's it.
We'll get
Sounds like
around
a good day.
No, I won't get a day with her. All right, for over 83 years, the Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in South Jersey. It's a stone's throw away from Ocean City. It's a landmark with a friendly staff. It's no wonder why Circle Liquors was named Best of Philly, Best of Atlantic City, with the most competitive prices around. The Circle Liquor Store is now a proud sponsor of the second hour of the locker room with Billy Schweim. Throwing a party, preparing for the big game. Let Chet and his staff make sure you have everything you need. Check out the website at circleliquors.com or give them a call at 609-927-2921. That's the Circle Liquor Store. They deliver. Hey, just about everybody in our area has heard about the Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine that is run by ex-Philadelphia tight end Ken Dunnick. But were you aware of their private business network they call the Legacy Club? Every month, they'll have private events at upscale locations in Philadelphia and South Jersey that attract over 200 top business people. If you have an interest in attending one of these events and see it's a fit for your business, send an email to ken@jerseymanmagazine.com or give them a call at 856-912-4007 for more information. All right, when we return, we'll wrap it up. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim, Bobby Schweim, Nick Earnshaw, right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Today on Compass Media Network's coverage of NCAA football. Throw out the records and the rankings as it's a battle for the state of Iowa and the Cy-Hawk Trophy. It's Iowa hosting Iowa State as Coach Kirk Ferentz looks to lead the Hawkeyes to victory over Coach Matt Campbell and the Cyclones. It's Iowa and Iowa State for the Cy-Hawk Trophy. If it's NCAA football, it's right here.
It's College Football Saturday on 97.3 ESPN.
Coverage begins after game one of our triple header.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson and Sons Electrical Service is just that. Servicing Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson and Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson and Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson and Sons for electrical, they're number one.
Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza, the pizza you're gonna love. It's got the freshest taste that you'll find any place. Randazzo's Pizza, there's one right nearby. Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza. It's a pizza like you've never had before. Eat it or take it home, no matter where you roam. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Why would you call anyone else besides Randazzo's Pizzeria and Family Restaurant, 34th and Asbury Avenue in Ocean City. Open year-round, 7 days a week, offering free delivery on the whole island and to the beach. Pizza, pasta, salads, entrees, subs, paninis, and wraps. Voted best of the shore. Call 814-1600. 814-1600.
Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Do you want to get in shape and feel great and look better on the beach? At Local Gym and Fitness, located at 908 Asbury Avenue, you can accomplish your goal. 4 local guys with a passion and experience in fitness wanted to open a gym that delivers a quality, hospitable, clean, and friendly environment. Don't be intimidated. Be a local. Local Gym has the best equipment around with 4 fully loaded Olympic and CrossFit platforms, Jacob's ladders, Stairmasters, bikes, and ergs. Local Gym and Fitness provides quality trainers to lend their expertise with all your training needs. They're open 7 days a week. Memberships are affordable. So be a local at Local Gym and Fitness. Call them today at 609-545-8732 or go online at localgymandfitness.com. I'll see you there.
With Labor Day savings at the Home Depot, you can upgrade your home with up to $1,500 off select appliances from top brands like Whirlpool. Enhance your kitchen with quality and convenience from Whirlpool, like the freestanding electric range with built-in air fryer and the tall tub dishwasher with third rack, all available at the Home Depot. Right now, shop Labor Day savings up to $1,500 off select appliances at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Pricing valid August 22nd through September 11th. U.S. only. See store online for details.
Go for the endless ocean views and the non-stop entertainment. Go for the lucky whirls and the late night twirls. Go for the gourmet eats and the next level sweets. Go to celebrate. Go to rejuvenate. Go for an escape that's anything but ordinary. Go for the win. Go to Ocean Casino Resort. Book your trip at theoceanac.com. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Bill on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
Back broadcasted live at the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schweim, Bobby Schweim, Nick Earnshaw. I love my Teos.
Yeah,
go see Huey, man.
Smart-looking car.
Go John, one of the salesmen up there, John. He showed me, took his time, showed me how to operate the car. I still can't, I don't know how to get the cruise control.
Because you're a idiot. Hey, Bill,
I don't even know what an airdrop is.
Listen, on the miscellaneous, because we only have a couple minutes left in the
hurry
show.
up. Hurry
I
up.
want to talk about how I miss Brad Nessler and Gary Danielson doing the SEC on CBS. I think they did a great job, and I missed that. You know what I mean? I look forward to that at 3:30 on Saturday afternoon.
609-403-0973 is the text board number. We got a couple more texts to read. The question was, what was your big takeaway from last night? Nick Earnshaw's got a couple text messages you'd like to read.
We do. We have a couple of texts. Paul from OC. He texts in, good morning. Devontae Smith was a stud last night. Also concerned with the pass rush. We'll take the win against a tough team. Go Birds. Thanks, Paul.
Paul's a good guy.
Paul's a great guy.
All right, so the Eagles are 1-0. They're going into Monday night. Their next game is Atlanta. Monday night home opener.
Yep.
At the Link, drinking at the Lincoln.
We were talking about what jerseys to wear for last night's game. You know what jersey you got to wear next week for Monday? No. A number 9 Nick Foles jersey. That's what you got to wear next week.
Here we go.
He's retiring. He's retiring. It's his retirement night. That's a jersey you got to wear next week.
Listen, Nick. When you retirement of the jersey. I mean, I was listening to that show and I'm like, holy smokes.
Were you doing that? Were you doing that just to get a reaction, Nick?
No, next week.
Or do you really believe that he should have his number retired?
I 1,000% think he should have his number retired. I called into you and Danny a couple weeks ago when I was sitting on the beach.
Trophy.
You got to be freaking kidding me.
He won the Super Bowl, Bob.
He won 40 games.
What did he play? 40 games. No, he did the last 4.
Right.
After he went down.
Not one player's worn number 9 since him. It's been how many years?
Listen, he did a good job. He was as a backup, but you're going to retire a backup's jersey? I mean,
yes.
Who's won Super Bowl?
His argument, he's won 1 Super Bowl.
Yeah, he won the Super Bowl.
Come on,
Nick. The first one in Eagles history.
Listen, there's a criteria when you make the.
This is a special circumstance.
There is a service
in which you can participate.
You have to have a criteria to become eligible for a retirement of a jersey.
Who's worn his jersey?
And winning 1 Super Bowl is not one of them.
Why? Why? It's the first one in Eagles history.
Because you have to have I'll tell you why, Bob. You have to have longevity with a team.
Consistency.
You have to have numbers to go along with it. Stats. And then you have to maybe play at the same team for a long time.
I'm not disagreeing with you there. I am saying this is a special circumstance for a player that brought the first Super Bowl to the Eagles. That's
fine. Jason back there is giving you the thumbs down, too.
That's
you're
fine.
outnumbered.
I'm on an island by myself. Usually am. It's fine. I'll be the positive one over here.
I mean, listen, when you're right, I'll tell you right. It's not often. It's not often when you're right, but you
all right, Bob.
So, Bob, real quick, we asked this question last night where they were talking about on the Sports Bash. If you had to pick a game to go to right now, an Eagles game or a Phillies game?
Phillies, hands down.
Really? Absolutely.
You're Jason. You're
shaking. Jason, we're going for the playoffs.
I love football. Football, you're standing on your feet all the time.
Playoffs. We're talking playoffs.
Practice.
Red October, you're standing on your feet the entire time. Just saying.
Yo, today's show seemed like a drag.
Fastest 2 hours in radio, Billy. Fastest 2 hours.
All right, tomorrow on the program, we're going to go on the mound with former Phillies pitcher Tommy Green, as we do each and every Sunday throughout the baseball season, brought to you by Blitz's Market. And then we'll have the fantasy football guru Brian Hartley, brought to you by Charlie's Bar and Restaurant. The next time we get wings, they better give us the blue cheese and a celery. All right? Phillies tonight, 4:10? 4:10.
Afternoon.
Check it out. I'll watch the Phils a little bit. College football today. Thanks for making the locker room part of your Saturday, because nothing could be finer than talking sports with the Schweiners. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great rest of your Saturday and Sunday. We'll be right back at it right here on 97.3 ESPN.